And we're back
From
those ape games.
Ape games, river games.
Tired of playing your jungle games, donkey.
Donkey. Okay. So, we said we were on to the main event. I guess we're...
The main event.
Actually on to the main... Ding, ding, ding!
Bam, 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 bam. I like to move and move. I like to ape it.
Ape. Oh. So, how do you want to do this? I have a shit ton of notes. We're gonna be here till fucking... the fucking resurrection.
Let's just do our best and worst, and if there's one that doesn't get brought up,
okay,
we'll hit it.
Well,
then we'll quit it.
Jesus.
So you want to do best, worst?
Sure.
All right.
No.
Do best and worst at the same time.
Sold. Okay, I think we've done that before.
I know.
I guess my favorite. It's funny. I took all these notes and I didn't actually write down which one was my favorite. I just wrote down all these.
I forget.
I fucked up. I don't know. It's hard because they've got the original 5.
Yeah.
And then
Which
they've got...
you just watched the whole series, right?
Right.
You hadn't seen them before except for the original?
Yeah, I'd seen the original. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of skipped over some of the stuff in Beneath Planet of the Apes.
You didn't miss much?
I watched like the last 30 minutes of it.
Okay, you watched the good part.
Right. And then I watched all the other ones all the way through.
Nice.
And then, of course, they have the Tim Burton one, which I've seen once and will never watch again. So I know which one my worst is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 new ones, which we've both seen.
Right.
It's hard.
The coolest part about the series is, like, if you, except for leaving out the remake, like, they all kind of fit together. Mm-hmm. Like, even though the new ones are a reboot, kind of, they still fit in with the
right, they do,
movie.
yeah, they do, definitely.
And they even reference it, like,
right
at the beginning of the first one, they're like, the rocket just took off to Jupiter, wherever the first space mission was just happening, so. It's my favorite part about the series is, like, the timeline is really interesting.
Yeah. I guess...
Should we do...
Should we do...
best?
Sure.
Let's do your best.
Okay. It's hard because I just watched, like, all the other ones, so it's hard for me... But I guess if I had to say...
and you do.
Yeah.
Under contract. Under penalty of torture.
Dang. Probably... I don't know. It's hard for me to say probably one of the new ones.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
They're good.
But the old one... Okay, so I'm just going to say, like, that... I mean, I really liked the Planet of the Apes, like, the remake. Like, where...
With Mark Wahlberg?
No, the Planet of the Apes, like, not remake, but I guess it's, like, the
Rise?
Yeah.
The Rise.
Yeah, because the second one is what? It's called...
The Dawn?
Yeah.
They need to have better titles.
Yeah. But the old ones kind of had weird titles, too.
True.
So, like, yeah, Rise, I think, is probably my favorite, but it's weird, like... The first one is, like, so iconic because of, like, you know, being like, oh my gosh, it's a huge twist. But this one's more of an origin story of everything. So it's, like, but it's a different kind of a, it's weird. It's kind of hard to, like, talk about this without talking about, like, every single one of them.
That's okay.
Because, I don't know. How did you want to proceed then?
So you're...
I think probably, yeah, like, I'd say, like, just before I delve any deeper in anything, and I'll let you say yours, and we'll kind of go best and worst, and then delve deeper into everything else.
Okay.
But I'd say probably my favorite is Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Just because you're a Francophile.
I'm a I love the French. Oui, oui.
Oh,
baguette. Ape. Leaning Tower of Pizza. Wait, that's Italy. I think. Yeah, like, I don't know. I like the way it was put together.
Yeah, it was awesome. It had a giant showdown between apes and humans. Like,
an
ape jumps on a helicopter.
Right. There's only one in my mind that I completely think is shit.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know,
There's... yeah. We'll get to it.
There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I'd say probably Rise. Is my favorite.
It was an awesome movie. Also, like, it was, like, the most emotional of all the movies because it's like about a chimp being abused, basically.
Right.
It's horrifying. But when he gets his revenge, it's sweet.
It's ape-tastic.
Yeah. It's an ape-tastrophe.
Yeah. What about you?
My best is Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, which one is that? I gotta look at my notes.
That's the one where shit gets real.
Let's see here.
So it's the fourth?
Fuck, I'm trying to... I took all these notes and now I'm trying to remember which one. Let's see here.
It's the one basically where the ape revolution happens.
Oh, yes! Okay, yeah. Okay.
This is the one that hopefully you watch the unrated version.
Yeah.
Because it is fucking graphically violent and horrifying.
Okay, so you say Conquest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on.
Awesome.
Let's go on to worst, and then we're going to circle back around and talk about these films. Okay, so worst, I don't think we really have to...
Well, I think the remake, like, no one likes it.
The Tim Burton one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured that you might pick that.
But is it your worst? Like,
no, because it's my favorite. No. It's not my worst, though.
Oh, really?
No.
Which one?
My worst is Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, that's the one I skipped over.
Because the ending is kind of cool, but it's a shitty movie, and it's basically like a cheap knockoff of the original.
I only took 3 bullet points of notes on that one.
What were they?
The bomb looks like a big rifle bullet.
Yeah? It's supposed to be like a nuke.
Right. Fuck, what's his name? Oh, Charlton Heston destroys the Earth, but pretty much to avoid any sequels that he has to be in. Yeah. Which is fucking stupid.
That is kind of cool. Like, I'll give it that. Like, not many movies have the balls to end with the Earth exploding.
Yeah. And apparently on the trailer it says, Rated G. Rated G, I saw fucking, in the last part of the movie, fucking people were getting their brains blown out.
Yeah, guys ripping their faces off.
Rated G at the time of release, even with fucking massacres.
So, most of that movie is like a cheap remake of the first one.
It looked like... It was really boring, like, up until the very end.
They couldn't get Charlton Heston back, except for, like, a few scenes.
Right, yeah.
So they got some other cheap, like, Charlton Heston.
Like, another guy comes back as, like, another astronaut.
Another astronaut.
And, like,
it happens.
Finally...
How could the same shit happen to the same ape twice?
Yeah, so... Yeah. I would... The only reason why I say... The Tim Burton one is because it just doesn't make any sense.
It does not make any sense.
Like, the ending to that movie, oh my god. So like, at least the Beneath Planet of the Apes has, like, a beginning, a middle, and end that makes sense.
Right.
But, like...
I'm going to say something.
let me finish. Go for it.
About the remake, I like that ending. I think it's fucking hilarious.
It just doesn't make any sense, though.
No, it makes...
In the context, like... Because it would make sense if, like... He was coming from the past and going to the future, but he's going from the future
the past to go into the future.
The next ape's gonna have a neuter. So he goes from the future to the past, and for no reason, like when he lands in Washington D.C., everything is like every person is an ape,
right?
And there instead of Abraham Lincoln, it's like it's Abraham Lincoln, which is awesome, but it doesn't make any sense because. There's no, unless like he actually traveled forward in time and the exact same events happened.
Yeah,
in the
it's
future.
crazy. It's just an excuse for them to like do a riff.
Do a ridiculous ending, right?
But when I saw those apes like hop out of a cop car and pull guns,
it was awesome.
It was cool. Like,
but it just doesn't like. I think that's probably my least favorite movie because the ending is just so. Well, no, not the ending, but the rest of the movie is so shit. It looks so bad too.
Yeah, although I think the monkey makeup is pretty cool.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was just. I mean, it was good, but it was just kind of like everything looked like shit.
It's one of the last few Danny Elfman scores that's actually good before he started phoning it in.
The last good Danny.
And I thought the Charlton Heston cameo was great.
Yeah,
because he was an ape. Which
that
if you're gonna remake a movie, like stuff like that is what I like.
Kinda,
turning stuff around from the original and doing the opposite.
Except for.
It's hard to argue that... I can't argue that it's a good movie.
It was a good movie, yeah.
It's pretty shit.
It's just plain the worst, man.
And the last thing I'll say about the Beneath the Planet of the Apes is the ending is pretty cool because he comes upon, like, the Church of the Nuke.
Right.
Or whatever, which is, like, mutants.
Like the mutants are worshipping it.
Right. Which is a cool idea, and it's been ripped off
Yeah.
Significantly in Fallout 3.
Right.
They pretty much blatantly steal that idea. But
Right.
it's a cool idea. So, all right.
Cool. So let's, now that we've done that, let's delve into the movies a little bit more. I guess we already kind of talked too much about Beneath.
Yeah, there's not much more to say on that. It's not good.
What about, I mean, I don't know what much more we need to say about the first one. I guess, I mean, obviously it was pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie.
Right, and the twist ending that, you know, oh my gosh, it's actually Earth that I landed on. It's in the future, and there's a fucking...
You maniacs!
It's a fucking... somehow, in the future, the Statue of Liberty has survived. I don't get that.
Yeah.
But it was enough to show, hey, this is Earth.
Right.
But you would think one of the first things that apes would do is tear down anything that looks like a human.
Well, it was in the Forbidden Zone.
True. But, I don't... Foreboding?
There's so many good lines in that movie.
Yeah.
Like when he's getting just sprayed with the hose and he's like, "It's a madhouse."
Yeah.
Cracks me up every time.
Yeah, it's like fucking, it's like Thanksgiving. Fucking Ham City.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
His opening narration.
Yeah.
I feel so alone.
Yeah. It's like, huh?
It's like, I don't know why I did that as fucking Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
I feel lonely.
I feel my nice kawaii spaceship. Oh god.
He pretty much died with a belly full of apes.
With a belly full of bananas.
Oh man.
Oh god. So Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, this is where things get good and weird.
Yeah.
This is a weird movie.
So Escape from Planet of the Apes, that one,
when the planet blows up, it turns out
that
someone survived.
Right. I actually, the notes I took were more so like I was kind of riffing on the movie because I didn't really get, like I was seeing this for the first time, and like, I liked these movies, but like I have some like quite a few notes here that I took.
All right.
Like, okay, so I'm just gonna try to go down these.
Hit some highlights.
So, when the space... Okay, so in the beginning, the spacecraft, like, they find the spacecraft in the water, and the fucking divers just jump straight in, and there's, like, no hazmat suits or anything. And then they open it up without any type of protection or without any, like...
Just touch that UFO with your bare hands.
Right, yeah, and, like, the general and his guys all salute, and then when they say... Like, welcome to the United States of America, gentlemen, and they find out they're apes, like, funky music starts playing. Right. And it's like, and then, like, they fucking act surprised. But it was like a ship from fucking space, so there was probably going to be aliens in there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess later on I remember it said, like, United States. No, it didn't say United States, did it? Or on the side?
I think, didn't they make the spaceship out of the original spaceship or something like that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It was just kind of weird, but...
Yeah. This is a super 70s movie.
The gorilla in the cage next to them is faker than shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's really bad.
There was like some other stuff like it was very contradictive for a bit. Like obviously the chimps aren't regular apes, but they're treated like idiots. Right. Even though they're wearing fucking clothes.
Yeah, they can talk.
Yeah. Roddy McDowall, the voice of the Mad Hatter in the Batman animated series, is one of the apes.
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius.
Yeah. He's
fucking
great.
Awesome.
Yep.
What I said, when they talk, it was so funny. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, because their mouths don't always...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gorilla's a fucking murderer. I wrote that as one of the fucking points. That he fucking killed the doctor.
Right.
As he was explaining things. Like, for some reason, the gorilla just grabs in the other cage and kills him. The part with the whole world reporting on the apes
was
and
great.
the German part sounding a little too much like Hitler ranting. It was really weird.
I remember that.
Because he was like, Agda! And I was like, Jesus!
Nice.
It started out slow, it got a lot better, I thought.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like James Bond mixed with Planet of the Apes because of the time setting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I love when they went and got clothes.
Yeah, that was great.
Like
it's like a shopping montage.
Right. Because like once...
But with apes.
Right, like once the... they're exposed to the press, like the public like loves them. And so like they're pretty much like celebrities and they're given all this awesome stuff and they're given like, you know, Cornelius gets a new suit and like all this stuff, and it's awesome. The hotel.
They go on like talk shows. And
stuff? Like the hotel party was fucked up. There was like a group watching a woman on a exercise bike.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't get what kind of parties. I guess this was a 60s party or whatever, because it was fucking weird. It was funny that they called wine, or like maybe it was champagne, like grape juice plus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, drinking while pregnant, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, if you watch old movies like that, it happens all the time, and it's super disturbing.
President was pretty nice. These are just notes I put, like, President is a nice person. Didn't like the interrogation scene. It was horrifying.
Speaking of horrifying, it gets a lot worse at the end. Jesus.
I love that they escaped. Orderly got a crimson smile because he got fucking murdered on accident by Cornelius. After finding out about accidentally killing the orderly, they play a funky song. I thought that was really weird. Armando, the circus guy, was played by Ricardo Montalban.
Yep.
So fucking awesome.
Con.
Yeah. Fake as shit ape again in the cage at circus. Use of real chimp, baby. Baby chimp was fucking destroyed by gunfire.
Yeah.
I've never seen such a fucking brutal murder in my... It was a...
That's how the movie ends, with a baby being gunned down.
Yeah. At the end, when they have the switch out of the apes, they loop the same part, and the fucking ape says mama like 80 times, and it was so cheesy. Like, when it was like, mama, mama. And I'm like, huh? But, like, that was, like... And not only that, but when Roddy McDowall as Cornelius dies, he's like... I'm like, it was fucking horrifying.
He's acting the shit out of it.
Yeah, honestly, I think that, like... like, Charlton Heston gets a lot of praise for this series, but I think Roddy McDowall is the real star of this series. Like,
because he was in the first one?
Yeah, he was
not in the second one.
Right, but he was in all the rest of them. Right. As Caesar. As some of the later ones.
Yeah, he's great.
Because they get killed in this one, and then, like, their son, which they name Milo, but gets renamed Caesar by Ricardo in the later ones. But awesome movie. I love this movie. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I thought there were parts that were pretty, like, ridiculous, like when they're interrogating and, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, let's find out what she has to say, and she's like, yeah, we fucking did all kinds of experiments on humans from, like, to do their reaction time, and he's like, oh, how would you do that with a dead body? And she's like, no, a live body, and everyone's like, oh god. Like, it was fucking horrifying. She was the fucking Doctor of Doom in the future, apparently. But
yeah, it's a super satisfying movie, I think.
Yeah.
It's because it's so different than the ones before it.
Yeah, I think that's
funny,
why,
but, like, still good. It's just a good movie.
And that one guy was a vindictive asshole.
Yeah, the villain is horrible.
Like the Superintendent, or not Superintendent, Superintendent Chalmers.
Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Caesar! Like, fucking...
Caesar!
But he was a total ass. He fucking, like, shot a pregnant, like, a mom in the back.
Yeah.
And then fucking gunned the fuck out of a baby chimp.
He's fucking, like, diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
Boom!
He shot it, like, eight times. He was like,
ape immunity.
And then, like, what's his face? Fucking Cornelius killed him. Mm-hmm. And then the police, like, shot Cornelius.
It's a pretty
everybody dies in this fucking movie. Yeah. Not everybody, but everybody that was, like, you were wanting to, like, not die.
But one ape lives.
Yes.
And goes on in the next movie to lead the revolution that turned Earth into the planet of the apes.
It turned my stomach. So yeah, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes
is fucking crazy.
Unrated edition. It starts out North America, 1991.
The future.
Yeah, it's like
the neuter.
I have to say they must have had like a way bigger budget this time. Yeah, because the amount of like ape mass, and then none of them look like shit.
Yeah,
like they're all like It's not like they have like 3 masks and like there's a gorilla in the background and he looks like faker than fuck. It's like an actual.
It's like an army of apes,
right? And they all
wear
like,
different colored jumpsuits based on what type of ape they are.
Yeah. At the beginning, I wrote like Armando is out of the circus, but apparently later on you find out he's actually still running the circus, but he just looks like more of a badass.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he renames him Caesar. Roddy McDowell returns. I don't know where to write this. They clearly go in a door labeled exit. Movie unbelievable.
This movie about talking apes makes no sense. Yeah. This is bullshit.
Another thing, ape mopping sidewalk. Why?
Because they're slaves.
He was mopping the sidewalk, and I was like, that seems like a shit task. Because it's not doing anything. That's like mopping the grass.
Yeah, sweep that.
Yeah.
Like mow that sidewalk.
Yeah.
Mop the grass. Yeah.
Ape costumes are so great, especially for the time.
Plus, it's filmed in like at the time, a futuristic city, like a brand new like area of the city, and it looks really cool even now. Like, it looks not cheesy.
Right, it does look like futuristic.
Yeah.
There was, what did I put? Oh yeah, like all pets, cats and dogs died from space virus, which is sad, but it paved the way for why the apes are like at first pets and then become slaves in this movie. Lady saying that she doesn't enjoy cigs now that she knows they won't kill her. Idiot. I put that because apparently she was talking to somebody and was like, I don't enjoy these now that I know they won't kill me. And I was like, the
70s.
Circus pamphlets. Ricardo rocking a badass salt and pepper Riker.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's a badass.
Yeah.
Like, he's known for Khan, I think, probably more than anything, but he's just as good in these movies.
He did Fantasy Island too, right?
Yeah. And, what was it Columbo? He did a really good Columbo.
Yeah. So.
Like a classic episode.
When they trank the one ape, he acts like he's having an orgasm. He was like, and I was like,
he's going ape.
Yeah. Another thing about Armando being an awesome person.
He is.
Yeah. Wait, here we go. McDonald, the governor's assistant, is another awesome person. He's like a badass black dude that's got like, I can't remember, I think he's got an afro. Actually, there was another thing in here.
He shows up in the sequel, I think, doesn't he?
It's his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But fake apes look a bit better, but still weird as fuck. Like, they have a part where it's like orangutans in a fucking cage that Caesar gets in with them, and they look fucking faker and shit. Caesar's nude suit, like when he's not wearing any clothes, looks kind of like shit. It's the future, but there are a lot of afro rocking going on. Yeah. There's a weird psychedelic dance party torture / James Bond villain scene. Banana flamethrower. What the fuck is going on? This is like an on thing that I wrote. Going on. Hat throwing room. Like,
this is where shit gets crazy.
Right.
Like, I could not believe what I was seeing when this was happening.
To me, I couldn't believe it because, like, how are these people not fired? It made no fucking sense. Like, there was a scene where, like,
humans are out of control.
Right.
Apes need to take over.
That's true.
Look at what they're doing.
Yeah, there was a fucking scene where Caesar's being led through, like, all these different rooms, like, and
ape experiments and torture.
I guess I don't really get what the fuck was going on with the banana and the flamethrower.
Really weird.
There was a part that sounds like a sex act, but it wasn't. Like, what happened was there's a guy in a corner. He's got a flamethrower. There's 3 fucking actual actors in that scene that he's fucking shooting a flamethrower at in suits that I'm sure would fucking combust in a second. And somebody throws a banana in the room. One of them grabs it, and he's still fucking shooting the flamethrower.
It's an experiment. It's science.
I didn't really get that scene. Like, I understood
What's
that it
not
was
to
like
get?
Torture, but it was fucking weird.
Yeah. It's a scientific experiment. What will an ape do when it's being burned alive and presented with a banana?
Dead. It would be fucking dead.
Well, case closed.
It will burn.
Someone had to do the experiment.
There was the use of the word uppity, which made me feel weird. They have a headshot of Cornelius for some reason. Like, a headshot. Yeah, they're like, do you know this ape? And he's like, fucking a headshot. He's like, hey, it's my headshot, and I'm gonna act. And I'm like, what?
It's a funny observation.
The part where where they teach them was weird. Okay. Caesar gets some smooch time. Oh, yeah. Where they lead him to, like, have sex with that ape. The ape slave auction. That was weird.
Yep.
No subtlety on McDonald being upset about the ape treatment about slavery since he was black. The authenticator part was hard to watch. Armando says, hell no. Then goes out of the window, which was made of sugar. Like, the fucking window was like sugar glass. It like broke before he fucking hit the glass.
I love when that happens.
Yeah. He's like, hell no! And like jumps out the window, and I was like, what? The restraints in the torture scene are like fucking rubber.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was funny. After the fake electrocution, Caesar judo chops the guard. He like chokes him out with the thing and then judo chops him.
An ape judo chop.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah. Ape revolt. The apes just one of them, the apes just falls over for no reason. There's like a human, an ape, and another ape, and one of them's like just fucking falls over. Scary part with real flamethrower being shot at real actors. That was fucking intense.
Shit, it gets super violent.
I put a lot has happened in 20 years.
Yeah.
The part where the fire on the apes, good lord. That was fucked up. He says, don't plead with them, you idiot. But I'm not sure what he says. Oh, yeah, he's like, don't plead with them, you idiot. But and then it says, I'm not sure what he says. It's mumble. He's like, don't plead with them, you... And I'm like the governor says that. And I'm like, what? For some reason, when the war, the showdown, the officers shot at the fire and most of the apes survived. Also, there was no reason they didn't throw the Molotov on the cops. They threw it on the ground, and then the cops shot the fire. There's a couple reused shots, which I thought was kind of... But, I mean, it was... I'm not, like, ragging on this movie. I'm just, like, these are observations I had while watching it for the first time. The governor's reaction to seeing the apes... My God, there's more! Like, no... I was like, no shit. They replaced all pets. What did you think was going to happen? A lot of sugar glass was heard in the making of this film. Apes stabbed the fuck out of the police, then they move. Like they, and then they move after they've been fucking stabbed to death. Boring burning wooden furniture scene. Where did it come from? It seems to be a futuristic society. They like
the fine craftsmanship.
Yeah, they were like burning like old wooden chests and shit for no reason. They straight up murder the fuck out of the apes, and paint hits his face. Yeah,
that's. I think that's some of the stuff that got cut out because it was too graphic.
Yeah. Choking the fuck out of a dead body. Caesar is fucking insane at the end. But
he has to make a decision.
Yeah.
He chooses to murder the shit. And basically
I think it's not him killing the governor that was insane. It was the the speech he gave. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's not messing around. He's scary as shit.
Yeah.
And it's on at this point.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I know I have more notes.
I loved how it's like just super like colorful. And I don't know. It's great. It's super violent and dark.
Hell yeah.
And it's like this is the Apes movie I've been waiting for.
Right.
Like Apes versus Humans, it's on.
That was the fourth one, right?
Yeah.
So this is the last one in the original.
Then things take a turn for the worse and go a little downhill in the series.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
You're thinking, oh, battle? The last one had a battle, but if this movie's called Battle, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, this is more like bullshit.
Like Bungle.
North
Bungle
America
in the jungle.
2670. So we jump ahead a bit. Starting off with
2670?
Yeah.
600 fucking years? Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, starting off with a flashback. Just watch this shit. That's what I put. I guess I could have watched Battle since it recaps the last two fucking films.
Right.
Showing unneeded clips from Conquest and major jump cuts with no context should have maybe just either not done a recap or made a person make a fucking trailer.
It's called filler. They're like, oh shit, our movie's only an hour long.
Orangutan narrating looked like he was drugged. Gorilla on horse, kid in background, not sure if human or ape. Gorilla being an asshole. What? These notes?
Yes.
Holy shit, another Batman animated series mainstay, Paul Williams, better known as the Penguin. He also wrote Rainbow Connection.
Huh.
He plays Dr. Fuck. One of the orangutans. Apes act. He's the orangutan that goes with Caesar and McDonald to the fucking McDonald's. Apes acting like morons. Roddy McDowall back. The Mad Hatter talking to the Penguin, loving it. So much talent in this movie.
Nice.
McDonald as Caesar's helper. McDonald's as Caesar helper.
That's hamburger.
Yeah. Mad Hatter and Penguin Adventure. Roddy McDowall is so great as Caesar. I like I was saying that like over the course of the movies, like his nose movements and like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, he's working it. He knows how to work it.
The dialogue is pretty good. This was before later in the movie, so apparently when the atomic bomb went off in the city, it put spray foam on everything.
Yeah.
Apes smell human mutants. The troops seem to be as fast as a turd sliding down the wall. People underground couldn't shoot worth shit. And then the rest of my notes I had to put on my phone because I lost my fucking pen. Okay, here we go.
Unprofessional.
I'm sorry. Guys that are scouring are in plain sight. Gorillas are dumbasses. The scouts go out.
I think you've said that no more than once.
What, gorillas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hated the motherfuckers in this movie. The scouts go out and come back very fast. Like, they came out... Like, the scouts went to the Ape City and went back faster than it took the fucking... Like, them to get to Ape City the first time. Yeah. Kind of got boring at the squirrel part.
Yep.
Gorilla plotting around campfire to kill humans, then to kill Caesar. They see his son overhear their plot, and he climbs a tree. Then instead of yelling for help, he just sits there while they chop his ass off a flimsy branch to get getting hurt. Apparently he fell to his death from like 5 feet from a tree. So the humans go to the camp, but
that's right, monkeys can't climb trees.
That's true. The humans go to the camp, but they take longer to get there than when the scouts went there and came home. Not only that, but it turned into a Mad Max desert-style area. Makes no sense to take humans and lock them up when they have as much stake in the town as anyone else. Where did they get working cars? Dumbass son didn't tell Caesar who killed him. In the battle, Apes carrying a fucking table. Why? One of the most lopsided battles ever.
Yeah.
5 million bullets fired, 4 bipeds deceased. So many apes that just danced, it was weird.
It's not even a battle, it's like a skirmish. They should have called it skirmish on the Planet of the Apes.
Aldo slowly flees from Caesar after scary ape has killed ape sequence. Slow climbing part in this shit. You murdered my son. The freaking statue of Caesar somehow cried.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like the statue of the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, weeping blood. I was like, holy fuck. They put stigmata in this movie.
Ape mata.
Yeah. Stig ape.
Stig monkey.
I will say one cool thing about this is besides having
that battle bus.
Yeah, besides having
spend all their money on like a fucking used bus.
Battlebus.com. Besides having the guys from Batman in it, Roddy McDowall and
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, wait a minute, and I paused it and had to like go look.
Nice.
But I like kind of how at the end, since the humans and apes became like they started working together, it seemed to like change the future. And I was like, oh, this is pretty sweet, because like it was like they're like 600 years after the death of Caesar or whatever it was. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but like those are the only things. The rest of this movie was boring as fuck.
Yeah, it's not very good. Like, I think they literally ran out of money and they're just like, as soon as they went to like the mutant part, like I could see where that ties into the other thing, because they have like the cult down there. Yeah.
But like as soon as they had that whole thing, I was like in this shit, because I didn't care about the mutants at all, like especially after how much of an asshole they were.
It's not very good. The series kind of ends with a whimper.
Yeah, but
still some cool ideas.
Yeah. So we talked about the Tim Burton one, kind of, didn't we? Rise to the Planet of the Apes.
Now we go back. It's really the...
This is like before anything else.
It's at the same time as the beginning of the original Planet of the Apes. Right,
yeah.
Before they go into the future. Into the future.
Yeah. Into the suture. So I didn't really have any notes on this one because I didn't watch it again, because I watched it recently.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's a great movie. This one...
Andy Serkis takes over the reins from...
Reins of the Big Tames. From
Roddy McDowell.
Right. Sadly, Roddy McDowell passed
away. I said Randy McDowell.
Randy McDowell. Roddy McDowell passed away due to like cancer, like
a few years ago.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but he passed away sadly. But what was I gonna say? Shit.
Andy Serkis makes a good Caesar.
Yes, Andy Serkis. He is getting a lot more parts in Hollywood now that people know that he's not just motion capture. He's actually can act and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's awesome.
He's gonna be Snoke.
Yeah, he was actually in Avengers 2.
Yep.
As the weapons dealer guy.
Yep. And King Kong
awesome.
King Kong and as the cook.
Yeah.
Cookie or whatever.
He fucking dual wielded that shit.
Yeah.
But
he just can't stop playing apes.
Yeah. He was what was I going to say about this movie? Oh, this one, I don't know if there was ever... That's what I was going to say, actually, between... Because there was kind of a... They never really explained how all those apes became, like, super smart from, like, when Caesar was around. So, like, in this movie, they show that it's due to, like, not only the... like James Franco's character, his father has Alzheimer's, and he's creating this drug to make it so that it can
cure Alzheimer's.
Right, and it can pretty much make it so that your brain is like, restorative and cures. But he finds out that like, after a while it starts to not work. But he tries. I think he also they've experimented on apes with it and stuff so much that like they ended up experimenting on one ape that was pregnant at the time, and they ended up killing it because they thought it was like it had gone wild, but it was actually because it was pregnant. And so he takes the ape home and cares for it, and it's Caesar, and Caesar slowly becomes like. Because he was born smarter than everyone else as far as apes go, but then he also, I think there's also, like, he gets injected with the stuff again or something like that. And pretty much the stuff makes gorillas smarter, but once they make, like, the second batch of it, and it becomes airborne, it actually turns that it's like a virus for humans.
Right.
Like, and it's killing people, like, left and right. So it makes a lot more sense as to why, like, humans, started to not become in control, because if you were like, if a lot of like say like fucking 75% of the earth was wiped out, like as far as humans go, and there were like smart apes, there wouldn't really be a fight, because it would be, if you're on your ass, there's not really much fighting you can do. So that's kind of how that makes a lot more sense. But in the first one, it was like I didn't know if like Caesar just ran and fucked the shit out of everything in the very first movie, because like they were like the only way that an ape can be as smart as Caesar is if he has sex with just a regular ape, like that would work. I think they were saying that, but it wouldn't work like if two chimpanzees mate, they will never be able to talk. But if an advanced primate like Caesar or like Cornelius or someone else like mated with one of the other gorillas or chimps, then they would produce an offspring that was smart enough. This one makes it a little bit faster, because I was like, how the fuck would that ever work?
Yeah.
Because what happened was like in, what was it? Conquest. In Conquest, it was like by then they were smart enough to do menial tasks.
Right.
And then like he just gave them instructions, and they were like, oh, we instantly get it. So it was kind of like quickly. Right. It was like super quick, but like in this one, it was super quick because, and they had like a thing that they showed that they kind of did that. Yeah,
and I think even without having all that in there, it's still a pretty great movie.
Yeah,
just because it's got ape action.
Ape action.
Yeah.
And then they had the sequel, which was pretty much after the human race had got they had gotten like pretty much wiped out.
Yeah.
Like, there was a small pocket, and they were trying to vie for peace, but in the end, it didn't happen.
Man and ape.
Gary Oldman was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He was not a Commissioner Gordon.
I really like that movie, but like, my one complaint is that the human characters were kind of Snoresville.
Yeah,
and the apes were way more interesting.
Oh hell yeah! Like, I honestly I liked the guy that was trying to like do peace with him just because he was like
okay.
he was a nice guy.
Kind of plain vanilla.
But yeah, like I think that like I don't know, like I think maybe like if he had been a bad guy, I would have hated him.
Right.
Because the only reason I liked him is because he was trying to like broker peace.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it sucked that what's his face was dead. Like fucking James Franco. Yeah. I thought he was awesome in the first movie.
He wasn't bad.
And Gary Oldman was, I thought, great in this movie, but he was a fucking bad guy.
Right. And he was kind of like one note.
Right. He was like, all I want to do is fucking kill apes. And I was like, Jesus Christ! It's not their fucking fault.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking created the virus, you dumbass. I mean, not him specifically, but it was like humans' fault. And like the apes weren't really coming to fuck them over until they tried to fuck them over.
Well, the one was Koba.
Well, yeah, Koba, dude.
Like fucking Koba ape.
Well, they had that same shit in Battle, Aldo, but he was a fucking bitch.
The moral of the story is, no matter how much people try, no matter how many good people there are, there's always a few bad ones out there that'll fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And lead to an ape revolution.
An ape on ape. Ape shall not kill ape, but it happens anyway.
Yeah.
So, they just, what was it, in Battle for the Planet of the Apes, where there was like the one guy's like, what's wrong with them? I'm like, fucking, they just found out the guy killed another ape? And like the one guy, McDonald, goes, they just entered the human race by killing.
Nice.
And I was just like,
welcome
to the human race. I was like, yeah, but he fucking killed him.
Just like Snake Plissken killed millions.
Right. Millions. But he killed the $1 Million Man. But he was like, I don't know. So, yeah, great series, man. Overall. There's a couple
hopefully they're
shit steps like Battle and the remake by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And Beneath. So that's 3 out of how many? Fuck.
8?
8,
yeah.
It's not
Plus
bad.
there's a TV series, which I haven't seen.
Oh, shit, I haven't seen. I didn't know there was a TV series.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Oh.
Right.
It's probably good we didn't watch that.
Yeah.
Or it could be good. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's out on DVD. Maybe I'll check it out one of these days.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the. It's funny. The Blu-rays I watched, they had like this intro.
Yeah, the Lawgiver or something.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
He's like, conquest begot battle of the planet of the apes. And he like described some of the stuff that happened. And I was just like,
I've been animated with a Pentium 486 processor.
And it was like every single one of them apparently had an intro, but I didn't watch it because I was afraid it would spoil something. But I think it was just an intro by that ape.
Yeah.
And I was just like, heh.
Yeah, he just says a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
And you get to watch the movie.
For once, Fox didn't fuck all of the series up.
Yeah.
So
some good Blu-rays.
They didn't fuck the shit out of this series, which is good.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. What should we do next? Whatever the fuck we want.
I was like, I'm just gonna talk about it again. Here we go. Here's the notes. Yeah, I wrote a fucking shit ton of notes. I don't know.
Dedication, Holmes.
Dedication. Do you have anything else to say? I talked a lot, so I didn't know if you...
No, I mean, it's a pretty cool series.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they always make ape movies in one way or another.
I think they will. It's a fascination with our closest ancestors. Or, wait, not ancestors. I mean, closest relatives, not ancestors. Matt, are you my ancestor or my friend?
I thought about, like, at some point we need to do Sasquatch stuff, which is kind of ape-related.
Yeah.
So I think we should do a Sasquatch episode.
Okay.
I really want to do Troll. And Troll 1 and 2 are on Netflix, so...
Okay.
Could that be next?
Yes.
Oh!
Troll.
Plus commentary.
Troll.
I'm going to do a commentary sometime soon.
Yes. About what?
Over one of our episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a podcast first.
Hell yeah, man.
A podcast durst.
Everyone's just like, this sounds like a shit.
It could be really bad. But even if it's bad, it'll be funny.
True. Okay, so,
until next time.
Yep, I guess, is it Troll? Are we locking it down?
If you're up for it.
There's just 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so Troll 1 and 2. I think the first one's a lot different than the second one.
Yeah.
So.
They're both great in their own
cool.
way.
So, Troll 1 and 2. Oh my god. We're about to load it up. That little tongue sticking. Woo. Okay, so thanks for listening. I was gonna say watching.
If you made it this far, God bless you.
God.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah,
because it is your reckoning.
Never gets cold. Never gets old. Okay.
Apes.